promises are fair, the parties sure, and our induction full of prosperous hope.
Lord Mortimer and Cousin Glendower, will you sit down? And Uncle Worcester, a plague upon it, I have forgot the map.
No, here it is, sir. Cousin Percy, sit good Cousin Hotspur, for by thy name, as oft as Lancaster doth speak of you, his cheeks look pale, and with a rising sigh, he wisseth you in heaven.
As oft as he hears Owen Glendower spoke of,
I cannot blame him. At my nativity, the front of heaven was full of fiery shapes of burning crests, and at my birth, the frame and huge foundation of earth shaked like a coward.
why so, it would have done. At the same season, if your mother's cat had but kittened, through yourself had never been born.
I say the earth did shake when I was born.
And I say the earth was not of my mind, if you suppose as fearing you it shook.
The heavens were all on fire, the earth did tremble.
Oh, then the earth shook to see the heavens on fire, and not in fear of your nativity. Diseased nature oft times breaks forth in strange eruptions of teeming earth, is with a kind of colic pinched and vexed by the imprisoning of unruly wind. Within her room, which for enlargement striving, shakes the old bellman, earth, and topples down steeples and moss-gross towers. At your birth, our grandam, earth, having the distemperature in passion shook.
I think, cousin of many men, I do not bear these crossings. Give me leave to tell you once again that at my birth the front of heaven was full of fiery shapes. The goods ran from the mountains, and the herds were strangely clamorous to the frightened fields. These signs have marked extraordinary, and all the courses of my life do show I am not in the roll of common men. Where is he living, clipped in the sea that chides the banks of England, Scotland, and Wales, which calls me pupil or hath read to me, and bring him out that is but woman's son, can trace me in the tedious ways of art, and hold me pace in deep experience.
I think there's no man speaks better Welsh. I'll do dinner.
Peace, Cousin Percy, you will make him mad.
Why so can I, or so can any man. But will they come when you do call for them?
Why, I can teach you, cousin, to command the devil.
And I can teach thee cause to shame the devil by telling truth. Tell truth and shame the devil. If thou have power to raise him, bring him hither, and I'll be sworn I have power to shame his hence. Oh, while you live, tell truth and shame the devil.
Come, no more of this unprofitable chat.
3 times hath Henry broling broke, made had against my power. Thrice from the banks of Wey and sandy bottoms Severn have I sent him, bootless home and weather-beaten back.
Home, without boots, and in foul weather too? How scrapes, he argues, in the devil's name?
Come, here's the map. Shall we divide our right according to our fairfold order ta'en?
The Archdeacon hath divided it into 3 limits very equally. England, from Trent and Severn hitherto, by south and east is to my part assigned. All westward, Wales beyond the Severn shore, and all the fertile land within that bound to Owen Glendower, and dear cause to you, the remnant northward lying off from Trent. And our indentures tripartite are drawn, which being sealed interchangeably, a business that this night may execute. Tomorrow, Cousin Percy, you and I and my good Lord of Worcester will set forth to meet your father and the Scottish power, as is appointed us at Shrewsbury. My father Glendower is not ready yet, nor shall we need his help in 14 days. Within this space you may have drawn together your tenants, friends, and neighboring gentlemen.
A shorter time shall send me to you, lords, and in my conduct shall you let us know, from whom you will now must steal and take there will be a word of water shred upon the parting of your wives and you.
Methinks my moiety north from Burton here in quantity equals not one of yours. See how the rivers come me cranking and cuts me from the best of all my land. A huge half moon, a monstrous can out. I'll have the current in the place dammed up, and here the smug and silver Trent shall run in a new channel fair and evenly. It shall not wind with such a deep indent to rob me of such rich a bottom here.
Not wind, it shall, it must. You see it doth.
Yeah, but mark how he bears his course, and runs me up, with like advantage on the other side, gelding the opposed continent as much as on the other side it takes from you. Yeah, but a little charge will trench him here, and on this north side with this cape of land, and then he runs straight and even.
I'll have it so. A little charge will do it.
I'll not have it altered.
Will not you?
No, nor you shall not.
Who shall say me nay?
Why, that I will. That will I.
Let me not understand you. Then speak it in Welsh.
I can speak English, Lord, as well as you, for I was trained up in the English court, where being but young I framed to the harp many an English ditty lovely well, and gave the tongue a helpful ornament, a virtue that was never seen in you.
Mary, and I am glad of it with all my heart. I had rather be a kitten and cry meow than one of these same Balatam monigers. I had rather hear a brazen can stick turn, or a dry wheel grate on the axle tree, and that would set my teeth nothing at edge, nothing so much as minching poetry. 'Tis like the fourth gate of a shuffling nag.
Shall have Trent turned.
I do not care. I'll give thrice so much land to any well-deserving friend, but in the way of bargain, mark you me. I'll cavil on the ninth part of a hair. Are the indentures drawn? Shall we be gone?
The moon shines fair. You may away by night. I'll hast the rider, and withal break your wives of your departure hence. I'm afraid my daughter will run mad, so much she dotheth on her Mortimer.
Fire, cousin Percy, how you cross my father.
I cannot choose. Sometimes he angers me with telling me of the moldwarp and the ant, of the dreamer Merlin and his prophecies, and of a dragon and a finless fish, I clip-winged griffin and a molten raven, I couching lion and a ramping cat, and such a deal of skimble-scamble stuff as put me from my faith. I tell you what, he held me last night at least 9 hours, and reckoning up the several devils' names that were his lackeys, I cried, and well, go to. But marked him not a word. Oh, he is as tedious as a tired horse, a railing wife, worse than a smoky house. I had rather live with the cheese and garlic in a windmill far than feed on cates and have him talk to me in any summer house in Christendom.
In faith, he is a worthy gentleman, exceedingly well read and profited, in strange concealments, valiant as a lion, and wondrous affable, and as bountiful as mines of India. Shall I tell you, cousin? He holds your temper in a high respect, and curbs himself even of his natural scope. When you come across his humor, faith he does. I warn you that man is not alive, might so have tempted him as you have done without the taste of danger and reproof. But do not use it oft, let me entreat you. In faith, my lord, you are too wilful blame. and since your coming hither have done enough to put him quiet besides his patience. You must needs learn, Lord, to amend this fault, though sometimes it shows greatness, courage, blood, and that's the dearest grace it renders you. Yet oftentimes it doth present harsh rage, defective manners, want of government, pride, haughtiness, opinion, and disdain, the least of which, haunting a nobleman, looseth men's hearts and leaves behind a stain upon the beauty of all parts besides, beguiling them of commendation.
Well, I am schooled. Good manners be your speed. Here comes our wives, and let us take our leaves.
This is a deadly spite that angers me. My wife can speak no English, I no Welsh.
My daughter weeps. She'll not part with you. She'll be a soldier too. She'll to the wars.
Good father, tell her that she and my Aunt Percy shall follow in your conduct speedily.
She is desperate here to perfish self-willed harlotry, one that no persuasion can do to upon.
I understand thy looks, that pretty Welsh which thou pourest down from these swelling heavens. I am too perfect in, and but for shame, in such a parley should I answer thee. I understand thy kisses, and thou mine, and that's a feeling disputation, but I will never be a truant, love, till I have learned thy language, for thy tongue makes Welsh as sweet as ditties high penned, sung by a fair queen in a summer's bower, with ravishing division to her lute.
Nay, if you melt, then she will run mad.
Oh, I am ignorance itself in this.
She bids you on the wanton rushes.
So after you say,
Okay, go.
Now I perceive the devil's understanding Welsh, and 'tis no marvel he is so humorous. By Our Lady, he is good musician.
Then should you be nothing but musical, for you are altogether governed by humors, while I still hear the ladies sing in Welsh.
I had rather hear lady. My brat, howl in Irish.
Wouldst thou have thy broken head?
No,
Then be still.
neither. 'Tis a woman's fault.
Now God help thee.
To the Welsh lady's bed.
What's that?
Peace, she sings. Come, Kate. I'll have your song too.
Not mine. In good sooth.
Not yours, in good sooth. Heart, you swear, like a comfit maker's wife. Not you, in a good sooth. And as true as I live, and as God shall mend me as sure as day, and givest such sarcent surety for the oath, as if thou never walks further than Finsbury. Swear me, Kate, like a lady as through art, a good mouth-filling oath, and leave, in sooth, and such protest of pepper gingerbread to velvet guards and Sunday citizens. Come sing.
I will not sing.
'Tis the next year to turn tailor, or be red breast, teacher, as the indentures be drawn. I'll weigh within these 2 hours, and so come in when you will.
Come, Lord Mortimer. You are as slow as hot Lord Percy is on fire to go. By this our book is drawn. We'll but seal, and then to horse immediately.
with all my heart.